Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. How's it going? Hey, Nix. Hello, hello. Sorry, I just finished like cramming breakfast. I'm a little tumultuous still, but I've got half a cup of coffee. It's dark and I'm wearing glasses, but so, let's do this. Tried to morph that into a Blues Brothers quote, didn't quite get there. Thanks for the hydrate, Nix. I'm gonna take this coffee in lieu of water. I'm out of control. It's dark here too, only because it's 9 p.m. Oh, it's like noon here. We live on a sphere. That might be news for some people, but it's true. We live on the surface of a sphere, which may or may not be on the back of a giant turtle. Yeah, I'd be concerned about putting in like a caffeinate, whatever these called, requests instead of in addition to the hydrate one. I think that one would get out of hand pretty quickly. All right, what are we doing today? We're working on our isometric autotiler. We updated a bunch of stuff we updated all of the tile set sources yesterday, right? We updated all of these to split off the outline. I don't think I need to look at any more of those. I think we even set them up in the engine. So I think we're good to go. I think we just need to teach the autotiler about them. Nix, maybe with like a 2-hour timer on it. That could be fun. Like a once a stream, like tea time. I acknowledge that I need more syncs for people's channel points. I don't have enough channel point syncs, so everyone has like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of channel points. I can't tell how much a person would reasonably be able to have because I have an infinite number of channel points, which is not helpful. So yeah, I should do something. I have a backlog of things I want to do for the stream. A whole new version of StreamerBot came out, and I've literally never been able to mess with it. I just haven't had the time. Yeah. My Thursday night co-working event is like a business-oriented one. And normally I just work on whatever I'm working on, but maybe what I need to do is I need to make Thursday my, like, do the stuff for the business that you wouldn't otherwise want to do. Because it's easy to be like, oh, that's some business thing. I'll do that later. It's not coding. It's not like art. It's not like, it's business stuff. So I think growing the channel qualifies as business stuff. So I also, there's an application I need to read over for YouTube, for the YouTube partner program. So we can start monetizing our YouTubes. And I haven't done that. I got eligible for that when I hit 500 subscribers on YouTube, and we're like almost at like 600 now. So I'm dilly-dallying a little bit. Nix, you have 62K. You're also on there from like 5. Yeah, but you're here a lot. I think that's a good indicator of where people are probably at. It's probably around like the regulars who don't have anywhere to put their points. They're at like 50K. I need to come up with something. I mean, once I have games out, I can be like, here's a game key for like 200,000 channel points or something like that. Or maybe 100,000. I don't know. I got to look into it. I got to look into my channel point economy. But that's not what we're doing right now. So last time what we did is I think we added, so we added the tile map layers that are the physical tile map layer that goes with the outlines. So we've split that correctly. I think we've configured them correctly. So I think everything left we have to do is in code. I remember checking the GD scripts to see if the GD scripts depended on anything. I don't think they do. I don't think we hard code anything in here. So like tile levels when it unpacks the tile map data. Excuse me. Yeah, we get the count of the layers from the data. Okay, so it's in the header. So there's probably some headers we have to update. It's probably all in the tile system here, I reckon. Nix, that'd be funny. You're not sure that's worth it economy-wise? Yeah, I know, right? It's like, watch the stream for a year and you can get a Steam key to, like, a cheap game. I don't know. There's some stuff we could do. I admit I'm kind of bad at the whole being a streamer job. We have a very minimal presentation, which I like. I don't want to have... I'm dubious about having, like, a bunch of overlay stuff, but whatever. I tried to box my screen like this. Present my screen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Nix. If it's a $5 game, I'd probably make it be like a 50,000 channel point thing. It's like, you hang out with me for 6 months, the least I could do is give you a game. Most people probably... I guess I would just give them a key, and then they could do whatever they want with the key. I don't think anyone would resell the key. That'd be kind of messed up. So we're incorporating... So we've changed the globals. So the globals have the right number. Like, we have the tile layer count is 13 now. Which is a lot. That's a lot of layers per level. So that means that the average ship at the moment could have up to 104 tile map layers. That's not good. I really hope we don't start running into performance issues. I've seen people have hundreds of tile map layers and not have an issue. So we're on track to have hundreds of tile map layers, but I'm hoping it's not going to be an issue. If it becomes an issue, we can figure something out. You think people would bot my streams? Yeah, I guess. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Hey, Sapphire. How's it going? Diginanigans, how much data is there per layer? Well, it's at least stored sparsely. So in a tile map layer, the tile map data is like... I think it's just a dictionary. So there's not a lot of memory overhead. How much data is there per cell? I don't know if I'm that concerned about that. I think it's about 12 shorts. Maybe more, maybe 14 shorts, because there's a... Or 14 bytes. 14 shorts? I think it's 14 bytes. Because there's 2 bytes for the header, and then 12 bytes for the... I wrote this down somewhere. Where would that be? I'm not deeply concerned with that, I don't think. It's something to keep an eye on, though. How's it going, Nanigans? Output pack tile map data. Yeah, there's 12 bytes per tile. There's also 2 bytes being stored per layer, which is like whatever. So is there a value here that needs to change? I don't think so. How do I know how many layers? Where do I determine this layer count? Oh, I passed that in. Okay. That's probably based on the global, he says, super confidently. Yeah. Okay. We shouldn't need to change anything for that then. What we do need to do is we need to change the behavior of... We need to be able to route through to the correct... Oh, you know, we might want to put this on a different layer object rather than the same one. If we want to do the outline as a separate pass, should the outline be done in a separate pass to the underlying stuff? I'm going with maybe. I don't know if I like that because that means each overlay would have 2 different nodes. No, I think we put the outline in the same. I think we organize them all together. Ready for tomorrow? No, absolutely not. I'm probably gonna, if I start running out of steam on what we're working on or refinish it or whatever, what we're doing, I think I want to think about the jam tomorrow because we're doing a jam tomorrow. Diginanigans. Doesn't seem too bad at all for how many layers you have and the likely sizes of the ships. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, we're doing the solo development Halloween jam number 9. We're doing that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Technically, it runs 72 hours, so it runs from noon on Friday to noon on Monday. I can't work on it Monday, so we're treating it as like end of day Sunday. We're basically giving ourselves 3 days to work on the game. I really can't afford to do like an all-nighter Sunday night. We're gonna really try to take this slow, kind of chill on this jam. We're gonna use a lot of pre-made assets. So I think tonight I'm gonna go through Itch and look for like free Halloween or spooky assets. And I think I'm just gonna start bookmarking a bunch of assets so that tomorrow, when we know what the theme is, we can just go for it. I feel like the theme won't terribly affect the direction we go. Like, I'm gonna cast a wide net. So like if the theme's infection, I'll do zombies. If the theme is underground, maybe we do skeletons and stuff. Like, I know what the pool of the themes are. And I have some inkling of which ones are doing well based on their performance in previous rounds. We could look at this right now. So this is what I voted for, and I actually think I might change some of this. I actually don't think I have an opinion on Buried. Bad Cop changed my mind a little bit about the You Are Not the Hero, maybe. The You Are Not the Hero theme. Nix, you're looking forward to the jam, trying not to burn yourself out on it, though? Yeah. I'm trying not to burn myself out on the jam. I'm also trying not to burn myself out on work this week. That's been the greater struggle, is just making sure I have energy going into the weekend. So I'm trying to chill out. I tried to chill a bit yesterday. It turned into me watching Event Horizon late at night while eating a very late dinner, which was awesome. I love Event Horizon. I downvoted Black and White, but I actually think I'm ambivalent about Black and White. Because I would just interpret that theme very narrowly and just make a Black and White game. But I think Undeath is okay. Yeah, I actually don't know what my opinions about these jam themes are. I know the ones that have performed well in previous rounds were Black and White, Growth, Infection, and Underground. Yeah, I actually don't think I want either of these underground style ones. I think Growth could be cool. Oh, we're playing some weird music. I keep forgetting to change my intro music when we start. We're also going to listen to spooky music the whole weekend, so get ready for that. Get ready for that. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I think I'm changing my mind about a lot of these. All right, I think I'm happy with this. I'm just trying to steer the voting a little bit. All right. But yeah, that's starting tomorrow at noon. Should be fun. Which is less than 24 hours from now. I said this weekend. We're gonna be listening to spooky music the whole jam. Unless I get sick of it, but I'm gonna try to do it. This is our last regular stream for the week. All right, what do I think? What do I think about doing now? What am I thinking about here? So I guess most of the behavioral changes happen in here. So we know what tile layer we have. So we actually need to call two functions. This is not great anymore, my switch statement. Maybe I do want to set these up as different layers or different because how else am I going to do this? Otherwise, we have multiple tiles. Yeah, okay. I think I do need to split it up. I think I made a mistake when I set this up like this. Gotta fix the project organization a little bit. The whole jam. So on Friday too then? Yeah, that's the plan. Friday isn't the weekend. I beg to differ. Friday is the end of the week. Of the work week. If anything, Sunday isn't the weekend. Sunday is the beginning of a week. Come on. All right, so I think what we're going to do is, I made a mistake when I did this. What we're going to do is we're going to... This hull level thing, we're going to have... I think we're going to vary it here. So I'm going to get rid of these. Let me see what happens if I do this. And then if I load deck layer texture X, does it include all of that data? Yeah, so what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to clear this out. This is where all the data comes from. It's in this tile set. So without that, the only real information here is some ordering stuff. So we're just going to delete these. I don't like this delete related animation tracks, but I think that's fine. And we can take texture back out of the name here. I'm not sure about calling this a proxy layer or not. Yeah, I'll probably keep calling it that. Well, maybe we'll just call it door layer again. The beginning is still one end of the week. It just happens to be the front end of it. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, so we've got these. We've got these two variants. We have the hull level, which is these are all the layers in the individual level. And then we have the levels, which holds all the levels. And now what I need to do is I just need to distinguish these. So this needs to be, there needs to be variations of this. So I'm going to have one of these for which I'm going to go fix the base layers here. I clear these too. I've been meaning to fix this stuff for a minute here. Anyway, wait. Layer. Fix this as well. So we can just unplug these. And then a bulk layer should have a higher Z index. Yeah. So we're making variations of these nodes for the outline and the texture. It's a little unfortunate because like the door layer doesn't have any outlines. It's a little wasteful. But again, I don't think we pay very much to have an empty tile map layer, so I'm not really going to be concerned with it. Well, anyway, how's everyone's week going? So I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to save variations of these. Or I guess what I'll do is I'll make something that inherits this. This is kind of stupid, the extent to which I'm doing this, but... So I want to make a scene. I want to make an inherited scene from this scene. All level new. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So this is where we start plugging in the specific data. So I'll save this real quick. This will be called all level texture. I might end up regretting this when we go to when we start seeing how the Y sorting is affected by this. Might have some regrets. But this seems so far okay. No, not X. I thought you were going to smartly pick one for me, Godot. Made it look like you were smartly picking these. It had the first one just right at the top. Oh, it's the most recent one at the top. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to talk about the jam today. I want to think about what I would like to focus on. I know I've said gameplay programming and design and stuff, but I want to think about kind of the type of game I'd be interested in making. I think part of that will depend on what kind of art I find. I'm going to be honest, I kind of like the idea of doing like a 3D game. But that's probably not true because there's no way I can do any kind of animating or rigging. So it would depend on what I'm able to find. All right. And so now I'm going to make another instantiated or inherited scene. Excuse me. Make another scene that inherits from this one. Except this one is going to be set up with the outlines instead of the textures. But yeah, Event Horizon, huh? I watched that last night. It is so good. It is so definitely one of just the all-time great sci-fi films, sci-fi horror. So incredible. Shenanigans, you've been enjoying what you've done of the 3D workflow so far. It's set up well. Yeah, your 3D workflow is great. I enjoyed doing 3D for like Like mini delivery was really fun, but I definitely got away with a lot because it was vehicle based. So I didn't really need, there wasn't really any animating in the game. There was the people and the cat had to animate, but that was easy. I just got characters that had like walk animations, but I feel like that gets more complicated the more I try to do. So I don't think I would end up doing 3D for this unless I find like some really incredible art that can accommodate that, because I feel like this spooky game is going to have a lot more moving characters. Regardless of what it is, it's probably going to have like some kind of mobs. I don't know. It depends. I kind of like the You Are Not the Hero theme. I think it would be fun to do like a dungeon keeper kind of thing or something like that. I don't know. I got to be careful with scoping. Shenanigans, as far as me not wanting to do rigging animating, depending on what sort of stuff you're making and assets you find, you could just have whatever potential character hop around. Yeah, true. Depends on what it is, for sure. Like if it's a ghost, it can just like float around. All right, this should be good. Everyone, now I need to save this. Oh. What do we inherit from? Why do you want to name this hull level? Oh, because that's the name of the node, right? So that was texture. This one's outline. I don't think I can leave this empty, even if we're never going to use it. I think I'd gotta just put something in here, just for safety's sake. Okay, so we're making these separate. So that means that I need to go into the game here. And so we have these. So right now we just have editor blocks. So now we're going to have like, it'd be like editor block textures. And then we'll have another one that's like, duplicate this. And this one would be like editor block outlines. And then these need to... Can I easily substitute which scene this is based out off of? Not really. So I might actually end up having to just look to see what's different about these. So I think I actually have to recreate these. What script do they use? They use the whole level script. Okay. Actually, I shouldn't have to worry about that. That should be in here. Whole level. Oh, I need the whole levels part. Right. So I need to remake these. Oh, this sucks. Okay, let's do it. Not much getting around this. New scene, 2D scene, node 2D. All levels. And so what we're going to do is we're going to instantiate child scenes. We're going to instantiate one of these. Now I just got to make sure I'm setting these up right. So these all have positions and Z indexes associated with them. So this is position 096, 96, Why are you making that 6? I'm writing the letter 9 and then 6. I'm probably writing 0, 6. And then Z index 28. Okay. Then we'll just duplicate these, I guess. Start working our way down. Negative 64 and 24. Oh, wait. Did I say negative 64? So should this be negative 68? Yep. Okay. Yeah, I admit I like the 3D. It's fun. We'll probably end up doing something that we can find with 2D, so we'll probably end up doing something like 2D top-down. I'm going to try real hard to not do like an isometric game. I think it's really going to depend on what art I find, what I want to do. So I'm going to try to browse some art stuff tonight for this game jam. Just so I kind of know what I'm working with. Minus 32, 20. Yeah, I kind of want to go through the exercise I normally do, which is like I think about and I try to list out all the things that I think I could make for the jam. Usually I have a strong opinion about what I want to make in the moment. Like usually there's some kind of game or something that's like bugging me. Something I'm thinking about that I want to do, that I want to make something based on, but I don't really feel like anything right now. I don't feel anything particular that I'd be interested in. I don't know. I feel like I've missed one. Oh no, that keeps going. Keeps going to 0. Okay. It's not great that this is 0 based here. I probably should have gone with this being a 0, and I probably should have gone negative with Z indexing, because the Z indexing is relative. So that's probably how I should express this. Instead of starting at 28 with the topmost, because if we add more layers, we add them to the end. I don't know. I guess they're position shifts too. But again, that's not good either. I probably should rearrange how I've got some of this set up. I'm not going to do it right now, though, because it's not relevant for what we're currently working on. But I see this being annoying, especially once we start saving out. Because if we're saving stuff out, we want to be... I need some way of not having to use all the hull levels if I don't need to. I need a way of, like, reducing them to only the ones that I actually need to use. Okay, that should be good, though. So this is going to... in hull levels, I'm going to butcher this. I did texture first, right? Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to do this again for the outline. And then we should be okay, in an okay spot here. But yeah, my naming convention kind of sucks. In fact, should these not have... Yeah, they should. Pretty sure. Oh, they didn't, though. Never mind. I'm actually not sure what the consequences of that are. I think the drawing order of this is going to be super messed up. But that's okay, we can fix it. But my instinct is that it's going to start out pretty messed up. Because we're not actually Y sorting between the different sets of levels. It looks like we are, though. But I don't have the box checked. I'm going to be super honest. The tree interactions with Y sort enabled are not entirely clear to me. We're going to call this 0. This is based on the outline, right? Yep, good. Shenanigans. You set an int. Shenanigans. Set an int on the hull levels. Increment every time you add a tile on it. Decrement when you remove. Then if hull level is 0, it's empty, so you can omit it. Yeah. The thing I'm more thinking about is when I send the pack data over, there's a big header that has the... Well, I guess the first piece... There's a header which includes the number of layers, and then there is a value for each layer. So as long as I just record that... I don't think we're actually going to delete things on the node, like in this tree. I don't think it makes sense to do that. I don't know. It depends on how hardcore we get about, like, enforcing the maximum number of levels. I don't know. Sorry, I'm like not at full energy today. I'm trying to just take it easy. Gotta save my energy for the weekend here. We'll see how effective I am at that. I don't know how many people here normally go to GDC or consider going to GDC or enjoy going to GDC. They just released their pass prices for next year. It's insane. They've like rebranded their event, and it makes no sense to go to anymore. I mean, people have been saying it makes no sense to go to since like the late 90s, but it's pretty bad right now. It's crazy. It's just because I live in the same city, so it's always been like pretty affordable to go to, but I'm skipping it. I think I'm skipping it next year. I think I'm going to save that money and use it to go to GDCon Boston again, which apparently is going to happen again, which I'm very excited about. Zero. Next, you've never went to them, mostly due to them being in America? Yeah. They do events all over the world, but the main one is definitely... I don't know what their international event scene is like. At least before the pandemic, they did a lot more regional events. I don't know if they still do that. I don't think so. But yeah, they really messed it up for everyone. They got rid of the pass type that I liked, which was the Indie Game Summit pass. Which a lot of the official program there is kind of lame, but the Indie Game Summit has always been really cool. I've gone to that on and off since like 2008. Which is crazy. Still trying to break in the industry. And I've been going to GDC since 2008. We're just trying to rack up them failures. We just got to rack up enough failures until we get a success, you know what I'm saying? All right, this all should be good. So I can keep doing this. We've got editor block, texture, editor block, outline. I don't like doing this as separate objects, but I don't see another way of doing it right now, the way that we've written our stuff. I don't see another way to do it. And so I'm just going to accept that and be okay with it for now. This valid overlay thing we could probably get rid of for the moment. So I think I can delete these and then just make a copy of this, call it input overlay. Move it down here. Duplicate this. Call it input overlay outline. Guess I made this plural. Fine. Then I can duplicate these. Yeah, I definitely want to change the structure of this now that this is how I'm doing this. This should be okay for now. So we've got 3 sets of 2 here. One set. Each one of these has one texture set and one, not texture set. We've split the outline from the texture, so we're basically having to duplicate everything for the moment. Hopefully not forever, but for the moment, this is what we have to do. Kind of want a little bit more room here. There we go. Shenanigans. Nothing wrong with separating them out as separate objects. In your opinion, would need to complicate your logic more if you don't. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm kind of, it doesn't really matter whether they're textures or outlines to the autotiler. It's just going to go through and figure out how it wants to draw the layers. So yeah, it makes sense to split them up here. There's a little bit of a waste, but I think we could get around that eventually. And so all of this stuff should work just the way it is with these split up. The only difference now is what we need to do is, well, I need to register all of these. So I've been doing that. So here's a registration thing here. So we need to... So these are just all of the nodes we're keeping track of. This is pretty whack as far as what is going on, keyboard. Will you let me... What happens when I hit Shift I? It goes up. Are you not going to let me write the letter I? Oh, no, if I hit any key... Oh, I turned on the... I think I turned on the key lock somehow. Okay, there we go. I have a complicated keyboard, don't make fun of me. You in Vim mode? Yeah, right. Hey, Rana Journey. No, I'm not that cool. I just have a weird split keyboard that has some funky key locations that I'm usually fine about, but it doesn't have a numpad, so instead it just takes over part of the keyboard, and you can get it in a mode where it doesn't acknowledge anything. It's funny. Weird stuff. I'm not really good at that keyboard mode stuff where I like switch my keyboard to a different mode and now the keys mean different things. Like, that is too much for me. But how's it going? How's your week been? All right, so here are all of these. I do actually need to record all of these somewhere. Oh, I have them as exports, don't I? Ooh, I have them in alphabetical order. That's gross. We're not going to forget that. Unacceptable. I normally like alphabetical order, but this is in order of their tree structure for now, which is more helpful to me. All right. Win one for autocomplete here. My keyboard is Vim level cool. Yeah, it is. It's opinionated. Today's going pretty good. I have the Primagen keyboard. Which I'm pretty sure I bought before the Primagen did. Just want to be clear. Overlay overlays. Overlay outlines. God, I wrote this all wrong. Outlines. Okay. Overlay overlays. Oh, I'm so bad at this. I use the Primagen keyboard. Oh, you use the Primagen editor. It's like a combined, our powers combined, we could approach Primagen levels. Oh, cool. There we go. I don't have this valid overlay thing. I'm going to stop messing around with that until we actually implement that. All right, and now where are our errors? Here we go. To shenanigans, you're okay enough with Vim that you're comfortable SSHing into a server and doing whatever work you need on it. You much prefer a graphical-based editor where you can learn what hotkeys you want. You can still use your mice for whatever you need. Yeah, I'm really bad. It takes me a long time to learn the hotkeys. It takes me a long time to learn even which hotkeys I would like, and then it takes me even longer to be like, all right, I guess I'll look up the hotkeys. In Asprite, I have not rebound my hotkeys so that I could use them exclusively with my left hand, which is something that I need to do and have wanted to do and just have never done. I'm usually using my drawing tablet, so it's okay. I've like learned to live with it. But like if I'm trying to draw with my mouse and I don't have access to all of my hotkeys on my left hand, horrible nightmare. It's actually kind of crazy to me that there are so many Asprite hotkeys that require your right hand. It's like, when am I going to want to do that? Oh, we're starting to approach the heat death of the coffee here. Okay, so we've got all our nodes set up. I'm pretty sure. So what we should need to do here. Yeah. So we just say editor block textures. This could be cool. We could eventually draw some things without outlines. Like, I'm not convinced that the exterior of the ship should have outlines. And so this way we could draw them separately if we want. I might just shift the outline color. Since we're setting outline colors as a modulate on the actual tile map layer itself, which I need to configure. So it's a little stupid that I'm just doing this twice, but this is organizationally much easier. Man, everyone just be getting caught up in Twitch VPN hell, huh? That's crazy. Oh, I should probably invoke a different node. All right, this is nice because then we just have to call our one function here, which gives us the complete set of tile map data we need, and we just point it to a different node. And as far as I can tell, they don't need any other different instructions as yet. I'm sure that's going to be wrong. Oh my god, I didn't write this correctly. Overlay overlays never die. Rhiannon, you think the only reason you like them is because when you were young and buying into hipster type things, you bought into the modal editing? Probably only know half of what is available, but you find that you're quicker with what you know. You do like that NeoVim allows for mouse driven stuff also because you do like the mouse. Yeah, as soon as you say modal, you lost me. Yeah, I can't. I'm not a keyboard warrior. I don't do like touch typing. Like, I mean, my hands are in approximately the correct place, but I found that similar to Primogen, it's all about the thumb clusters. So like the fact that I've got backspace, delete, control, and alt all on my left thumb is like so huge. It's kind of resolved all of my keyboard problems with my wrist. I still have some wrist issues with my mouse, but that's because I'm just horrible. Shenanigans, you don't usually rebind keys on anything. You like being able to hop on another system without losing that proficiency. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. I think it's really good to learn the defaults. Like, part of me is like, man, I should just at least be familiar with like VS Code. I should be familiar with whatever. I mean, obviously I know how to type on a regular keyboard. I think there's a balance there as far as like being able to work better on your system versus on your home system versus being only able to work on your home system. I think it's possible to like customize your environment to the extent to which you feel like you can't get anything done unless you're on your home system. All right, I can't think of anything else that we need to change before trying this. I think this will all just work. Famous last words. I mean, it's going to instantly crash, but I can't foresee why or how. Okay, so the tile map data coming in is bad. That's what this tells me, this thing I haven't read yet. Tileset.isNull is true, returning vector2i, add local to map. Oh, I probably broke a bunch of GDScript. I broke a bunch of the node references in GDScript, probably. I think I hard code some stuff here. Oh, you know what? I probably didn't actually... Yeah, I didn't actually assign anything. Oops. Oopsies. I like export variables for configuration stuff in the engine. It does make life easier. But I always forget to reset them. My keyboard sounds nice. You think you're at an age where you don't want to spend the brain power rewiring how you type. You have your own non-standard touch typing system that works for you on regular keyboards. You'd be so messed up on a different keyboard. That's fair. I think the big win for me was just having the keyboard be split. I have such a hard time on a regular keyboard just because you end up holding your arms like this. Like, you can't really see, but like my arm is bent. Like that. It's like, that's like a horrible way to keep your arm at like a bend. So I like the split keyboard. So even if you keep a standard QWERTY format, I would highly recommend checking out a split keyboard. Just it keeps your arms closer to like where they should be ergonomically, but whatever. I mean, if people aren't having problems, they don't need to change their ergonomics. But yeah, the thumb clusters personally for me helped a lot. There are a lot of other quirks with this keyboard that I don't love. Like the arrow keys are in the most annoying place ever. And the caps lock is too. There's some keys that are not easier to access on this system. But I've had a keyboard like this. I not this version, but I had a previous version. So I've had this kind of a keyboard for like a few years now. And I still mess up. I think Primogen's version of this keyboard, nothing is written on any of the keys. The keys are all blank. And I'm like, that is such a crazy thing to do. All right, I want to make, okay, yeah. So we also reference those here. Is it possible to not do it that way? So which one of these am I even using? I guess it doesn't matter. Am I using any of these? Anywhere? For anything? I think I'm using them down here for the block layers, level index. All right, I set block layers up here. Editor blocks, okay. I kind of want to have one that's just for input mapping, but that's so wasteful. I don't think I'm actually going to do it. I think I'm just going to plug this in here and then just not even use these. What do I use these for? Oh, this is for moving the camera. What do I do when I call this function? What's this for? Shenanigans? Yeah, you most definitely need to improve the ergonomics of your setup. You have a decent chair, as you used to have back issues. That's gotten a lot better. You have a custom desk riser. Nice. You want to set stuff up so your keyboard and mouse are at a better angle and probably need some sort of curved keyboard. Yeah, I love the old Microsoft curved keyboard. That was my jam for a long time. This keyboard is also curved. It's curved pretty heavily. You can kind of see. It's controllable with this stand, but I've set mine to like maximum curve. I also use vertical mice a lot when I'm just casually using my computer. I don't usually use it with work because I really do like my horizontal scroll wheel. But yeah, it's getting to the point where I'm having to think about ergonomics a lot just to be able to maintain. All right, so I don't love this, but I guess there's no way around this. I think I might hide these under another node. I know that's stupid, but I would kind of like to be able to refer to these more generally than I currently am. But I also don't want to necessarily have them be like paired forever, where you're always dealing with these in groups of two. I might figure out a way to collapse these into one thing. I don't know. I always struggle to decide where to repeat myself. That's not the right way to express the thought, but it's something like that. Like, where do you try to make everything uniform and where do you acknowledge the differences? There's some natural abstraction level to do that for pretty much everything, and I always take a second to figure out where that is. What's going on here? It's a very curved keyboard. It is indeed. Diginanigans, you've got a Logitech MX Master for a mouse. You find it quite comfortable. Yeah, I have both of those. This is the 3S, which is the one that has that really nice horizontal scroll wheel on the thumb, which I really like. And then I have the vertical. But I hate Logitech, so I also have a 2S or an S2 or whatever that I take to the office. That's like just a shittier version of the 3S. I know they came out with the 4S. I don't want it. I actually want to switch out of these. I don't know when I'm going to because these work okay. But I really don't like Logitech nowadays. They just have so much bloat and all this bullshit with their software. Their software sucks. I want to switch to Keychron. Keychron has equivalents of the Master Series, which is smart. I think they purposely looked at the Master Series and was like, how can we undercut and get in on like the work mouse game? So I really want the Keychron versions of all of these. I think that'd be nice. Rhiannon Journey, if you lose your ability to type, you think you'd try to do voice-driven development? It's probably easier with AI stuff now, but you saw someone who had created a language for speech to text for themselves like 15 years ago using Dragon Naturally Speaking. They had fake words for inserting brackets and all of the symbols you used to jump around in the editor. That's fun. That's fun. Nix, Keychron is a great brand. You have a Key 10 keyboard from them. And at work a mouse. Yeah, the Keychron mice I want to get into. It feels wasteful to just replace my mice right now because they work. I'm trying to like not be that guy. It's just generating tons of e-waste, just replacing things that haven't broken yet. So, but if I need to replace one of these, I'm going to do it with the Keychron, not with the Logitech. My camera is a Logitech though, so I won't be fully off a Logitech for a long time. But I would like to be. I have bigger problems right now with the end of Windows 10 support. I got to think about what I'm going to do with my older computers that I still use. You don't need to throw out your old mice. You can always use it when you need another if the current one breaks. Yeah, I shouldn't replace them prematurely. I just know when I need to replace them, I will do it. I still don't understand what this yellow highlighting is around these functions. I should really look this up, figure out what this means. I don't know what the system is trying to tell me. It's like there's a warning here or something, but it's not telling me anything. What if I just mouse over? Nothing. Weird. Sapphire, you appear to be quite slow today. You're like zoning out. One moment we're on one topic, then a second later you realize it's a different topic and spend like 5 minutes. Oh no, that's just how I talk. We're a stream of consciousness stream. A stream of consciousness. There you go. All right, let's see how we're doing now that I've hopefully hooked up all of the node references. I'm sure we're going to crash still, but okay. Can I call method get children on a null value? Okay, yeah, no, I still... Oh, did I name them and then still not set them? I'm so stupid. I'm so bad at this. This is one of many reasons why we are only minimally interacting with the scene tree. I find managing the scene tree to be so tedious. It's okay in a game jam because you know you don't really have to maintain the thing for very long, but like I think nodes and scenes are really clever. Like I love the fundamental structure of the scene tree, but man, it gets convoluted sometimes. Or hard to maintain, I guess would be a more fair thing to say. They're pretty great. Sadly, in the mouse category, you need one with at least 12 buttons on the side. Oh, you're a real gamer. Out here with your MMO mouse. So you can cast like Healing Word or Restoration or something with your mouse. Diginanigans, you've got one that you gave to your kids that doesn't support TPM. Oh, you're talking about computers. Otherwise, still a pretty modern system that works great. Not really wanting to replace it. It's annoying. Need to replace the motherboard to get TPM support, which means new processor and RAM, so pretty much a new PC at that point. Yeah, exactly. Most of my, except for this desktop, my other desktops are all really old. But they still work. So yeah, I haven't done anything with them. I think eventually they'll probably become like Linux boxes or something once they stop being like useful as like day-to-day work machines. But I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. I'm also becoming kind of annoyed at Windows in general. But I'm not a Linux guy, so I'm a game dev, so it's like not like I can go anywhere. Is it gonna work now? It'd be great if it would just work now. Nope. Okay, now what? Map global to level coords. 77. Board 37, board 30. All right. To the board. So I set these all up. I plugged them in. They're also plugged in here. However, oh. For level block layers. Array tile map layer. No, this isn't gonna work. Because you actually need to go into level 0. This is wrong. How did this ever work? Variable level equals editor block textures dot get child 0, and then for layer in level dot get children layer for layer in level dot get children block layers dot append. Oh no, I see how this worked. Yeah, that should have worked. That's not exactly how I would want to do this, but it should work. For layer dot add level. Let's just add layer. Sapphire, your old computer has become a jellyfin server, so you can copy all your physical video media, and run your own small streaming service for yourself, so you don't have to use the discs, tapes, or whatever. But it's still your media. That's really cool. That's really cool. Microsoft has been making a lot of scummy moves all across the board with Windows, Xbox, and Office. Not to the point that you're moving off everything yet, but certainly not happy about it. Yeah, I think that's where we're all at. The lack of alternatives is a problem, but you know, that's the world. Just take Monday's AWS crash that like affected somehow the whole internet just because one region of AWS services went down. Saying AWS services is like saying Amazon is like ATM machine, huh? Oops. Oh well. I don't think this has anything to do with anything, but I think this was a good thing to write here. So what could be a problem? Could be a problem with... Oh, these are the wrong scenes, for one thing. What? I thought I rebuilt these. I guess I didn't do it correctly. Let's try this again. Hull level. All levels. Were you supposed to have a script? You were. Well, that's one problem for sure. Let's attach the script. I don't know where this script is. Levels.gd, where are you? Levels.gd, an environment tile hull. Okay. Nix, you should set up something like that too, like your own private streaming service for yourself out of your media. Earlier this week, you had to move around 150 gigabytes of cat videos from your phone. Oh my god. That's too funny. All right, so this needs a script. I think it's in here. Yeah. Load that. Same thing for the other one, which, where did I even save these to, you know? We're going to call this editor, block, textures. And we're going to do the same thing with the outlines. Then I need to go in here and I need to attach a script. What's the script do? I don't even know. Save this with the script. It gets updated. It's got a script. So now I can duplicate these. I think I tried to make these. I think I tried to remake these without actually like setting them up with the correct instantiated scene. I think that's why I was having a problem. I think. Okay. I think I've got the different... I think I've got these set up now. That looks right. All right, the outlines and the underlying textures are set up separately. Now I just need to reconnect all of these references, which I've ranted about plenty. I know I could do this differently. I just don't. Oh, what? Oh, I see. Oh, well, I connected these wrong. That's right. Yeah, I'd hoped Event Horizon would get me in the spooky spirit. To think about spooky sci-fi and like what kind of stuff we could do, but I don't think we're gonna do. I don't know. I probably won't do sci-fi. All right, let's try again. Let's see what kind of crazy errors we get. All right. These are different at least. And almost entirely... Oh, I don't know anything about these. What's going on here? Am I like seeing the whole thing here? It seems like really weirdly written here. So there is an out of bounds call happening at the tile level script. So there's some interop stuff that's not happening correctly. That's okay. So let's look at this script. Extends tile levels. Was this supposed to be hull levels and not tire levels? Did I like hull levels, tile levels? What script did I attach? No, I put the right script on. Looks like it. But the problem is in tile levels, it looks like. When we do the unpacking the tile map data. Oh, duh. Gotta change these constants back. We're back to 7 layers. Have we reserved 7 source IDs? I guess we have. The overlay source ID, is it 3? Yeah, I guess it is. All right, let's see what happens there. Probably shouldn't get that exact issue. Oh, hey. I mean, it's drawing completely wrong. But it's not crashing, which is an improvement. Well, so for one thing, I messed up when I exported this file. I think I had the background on. Here's the overlay. Overlay block.8. Yeah, I left the background on. So that's something. Okay. Now this is interesting. It's not drawing any of this. It shows that it's there. Like it knows that it's there. It's not drawing it. Just curious. What might be causing that? Should probably look at the thing that I just completely glossed over initially. Tile, atlas, block, int hull type plus reserved. Ooh, okay. Reserved source ID count should be 4. So there's definitely a source ID issue. Is it going to work now? Yay! Oh, but no outlines. Huh. I guess we can decide how we like the no outline look. Oop. It's very soft, this no outline look. Oh, I'm having a hard time judging where I am in space. Here we go. It looks terrible. Why is it so low? Look how low this is compared to my mouse cursor. I think I messed up some kind of offset that there was supposed to be. Oh yeah, it's really hard to tell anything without the outlines. If we had lighting, it would be fine. But since we don't have the lighting, it's a problem. Yeah, what's with the offset? 1. That's the main thing. The drawing order stuff seems to be fine. I don't know why I was so worried about that. That part seems to be totally fine. We gotta deal with the opacity for the outlines or for the overlays. Gotta change that. Feels weird. Yeah, it does feel weird. Yeah, it's very incomplete without the outlines for sure. All right, what? So the offset, I didn't think that there was any kind of offset to these, but I'm starting to be concerned that there was. What's the easiest way to clarify that? Try to check some of the old scenes here. So you don't have an offset. You also don't have an offset. The only thing that should have the offset, so these should all have offsets, which they do. Does this have an offset? I didn't think it did, but now I'm doubting myself. Let me look here. So this should all be anchored to 0, I think. Maybe not. I should have probably looked. Let me see if the git will help me. It should. It should remember the file, the scene I changed. Okay, that's the script. Here's the scene. So if I can find the information here, that'd be excellent. Editor overlay instanced extended resource. Why sort enabled is true. No, there wasn't any overlay. Or not overlay, there wasn't any offset, it looks like. So that's perplexing a little bit. Why the input is off. Maybe the scene will tell me. Where's your position stuff? Okay, no, it's just there. So yeah, this didn't have any transform information. I mean, I guess I can try introducing an input difference. I don't see why you would need that though. But it is weird. All right, so why is the outline not happening? I'd like to fix that first. I can handle the offset with the mouse cursor. The lack of the outline is alarming a little bit. Input overlay textures, input overlay outlines, editor block outlines. Select. Oh, the source IDs are different. The source IDs are different. How do I want to do that? I could just add stuff to this. Say block texture 0, block outline 1. Let's say input. We could say overlay texture equals 2. Overlay outline equals 3. So this will be block texture, block outline. Atlas is block texture or block outline. We do this. Otherwise, we do that. Okay. I think that's fine. I think we can copy this over here. Actually, do I care about this ore? Yeah, I do. But not here. I don't like that I have two versions of this. One for the overlay and one for the other, but I think it's something that makes sense. Tile.layers. So what is this? If there is a mask, we are an overlay. So we should already know this then. I don't know. I'm going to make it the same, but I don't think it's supposed to be the same. I think this is going to be wrong. But I don't want to think about that right now. So now I need a new source ID list. So the source ID list for block texture. So if it's a block texture, it's this. Hull type plus reserved source count, ID count. Otherwise, it should be... I'm going to use a magic number, huh? This is ugly. This is going to get ugly pretty quickly here. Oh, wait. I don't have to do that here. I can do that elsewhere. Block texture. Input. Overlay texture. Overlay source ID. That's misleading. Right now, it's actually just going to be 3. Oh, well, so I guess that's correct here. So we can do this, and then hull type equals middle 1 0. That seems wrong. I'm gonna just not let a default arm. Why not? So this I should be able to copy down to the other texture ones. We'll have to do the overlay one separately, but that's okay. We're just going to throw in some magic numbers to that one because I just want to get this working. We can go back and make it better. Make it maintainable. Really concerned that that default use case actually does something. I think that's because previously the overlay... Oh, that's for the default. Yeah, it should be okay. All right, now to the overlays. So the overlays are a little different. The overlays are like, they don't care about this. And in fact, how is the overlay set up? Overlay outline. Here it's 1. Wait, why is the overlay in here? Oh, because it's not the outline. Right, right. So here it's 0, 1, or 2. So if it's block outline, it's 2 actually at the moment. And then if it's file.atlas.overlay outline, it's 1. And in fact, for this one, we can just say 0. That should be fine. Make that better later. I want to have some time during this stream to talk about the jam and to think about our jam stuff, so I kind of want to wrap this refactor up. I know we could be talking about it just as we go along. Which is probably what I should do. I don't think I want to do, I mean, I say this and watch I end up just doing it anyway. I don't know if I want to do like a cozy game for the jam. I think I'll probably go back to my roots of doing like some kind of score chaser or something like that. But I don't know, maybe it would still be fun to do something cozy. I feel like a lot of the free spooky assets we find, I think a lot of them will be like little cozy, like 2D or low poly things. I think it could be fun to do something like that. I kind of want to focus. I know I said I wanted to focus on gameplay programming and design, but that doesn't necessarily mean I want to do something like intense. If anything, during our last jam, I got a lot of I gained more respect for how idle games and cozy games actually involve a lot of real serious design, because pacing is a real important thing about that, especially for an idle game, which we're not going to do an idle game in 3 days. I've learned that that's impossible. But we might still do something kind of cozy, like Bernard, like Bare Necessities kind of cozy, like maybe it stars like a cute ghost or something, who knows. All right, let's see what kind of variety of failure we get now. Instantaneous. Wow, so yeah, so this default case actually got used a lot. Block outline in getDeckXtile. How? How did we get here? That shouldn't be possible. I mean, I know I could have gone through the debugger and literally figured out how we got there, but I'm just gonna go look. Describe tilemap data, block outline, overlay texture. Okay, so you're not routing people correctly. So if there's a mask, then we know we're an overlay, and we should be here. So is there a problem with the mask? No, we've got a mask. So mask is null, then we'll do this. Otherwise, if the mask is not null, we'll do this. So we should always be getting here. That actually shouldn't be possible. I know we just got hit with an error that said that was definitely what's happening. So I guess I have not much choice but to step back through this, huh? Atlas, block outline. Block outline. Oh. I organized this incorrectly. Rhiannon Journey, you've been working on laying out all of your cooking game thoughts in a document. And there's a lot of design things to take into account. Game dev can be difficult, but design is where games make it or break it. Sometimes. That's really cool. A cooking game would be fun. Sapphire, you need to work on that for your game as well. All you have is a small game pitch and a test scene so you can experiment with different perspectives, art styles. I think that's a great way to start. All right, so we're not actually filtering based on what I thought we would be filtering. We need to filter by something slightly different. So we need to filter not by, excuse me. We need to filter by, not by whether the mask is null. We need to filter. Oh no, we do need to filter by whether the mask is null. So I just need to organize. I messed this up. So this will be, so these are the only options that we can get. It's either black texture or black outline. And if it's black outline, right now it's 2, which is not great. I have some regrets about separating out these tile sets. I have some regrets about storing the textures separately from the outlines in the tile set. I think that's a mistake. But it's what we're currently doing, so we're going to live with it for the moment. Okay, so overlay texture. So the overlay texture, that's interesting. That should be overlay source ID. In fact, I'm actually going to add this exception here. I think this is right, hopefully. He says super confidently. Wait, where does this actually start? Right here. Yeah, for me, what I want to do is I kind of need to... It's going to be... It's kind of a weird thought because normally when I do this thought process, what I can implement from an art standpoint is really what drives like what I think I can make. But that's not actually something we're concerned about for this jam because we're using pre-made assets. So maybe we'll look through some assets to now before I start having that conversation. Because I think that's really what matters to me for this. He's like, what am I working with? And then obviously the theme is going to be really the thing that sends us in a direction. But I've looked at the themes, and if black and white wins, we can literally do anything we want. We just put a black and white filter on it. I mean, we might hurt. That might hurt us in the you know theme interpretation section, but I don't think so. But we don't have to store hull type here. That's a good point. Why do we use hull type here? Oh, it's for the diagonal? Oh, the corner stuff. I gotta work on the corner stuff. The corners are not correct. That's fine. Interesting. This looks wrong. This is also wrong. Okay, we're not crashing. Okay. This is the wrong... I think I've still reversed... I think I need to reverse the hull type enum somewhere. This offset is still kind of weird. So we have the correct offset here. Oh. Wait, why should that matter? The offset's getting worse. I see. So we're only lined up when we're on level 0. I messed that up somehow. Still. See if we can render some stuff here. That's... whatever's going on there is bad. Okay, so like I said, there's some Y sorting issues to figure out. I think. Why is it only there? Perplexing. Well, for one thing, that shouldn't be happening at all. Ugh. Okay, so here's a great reason why this is kind of a not maybe the best. Is the Y sorting between these different layers. Let me see. Let me see if there's a setting I can change to fix that real quick. Otherwise, we need to finagle our organization here a little bit. Y sort. Nope. Okay, so what we do here is Y sort enabled at that level. And then here, we Y sort enable here. And hopefully that does it. X-ray mode. Yeah. I think I fixed it. Let's see. This offset is weird, but we'll figure it out. Okay, I fixed that. That wasn't that hard. So yeah, now we're rendering the outlines separately, and you wouldn't know it. The only thing we've done, though, that's concerning is it's inside out in terms of the hull type. But I know what happened there. It's because we reversed it in the tileset atlas, but we did not reverse it in the enum, in the hull type enum. So hopefully I don't do much that's based on the literal value of that enum. I know I use it for this. Let's hope I don't use it much elsewhere. So here, we just need to switch these orders. So we want inner to be 0. We want outer to be 2. So we're going to try for that. Hopefully that doesn't break anything. Nanigans, you're heading out. No worries. Take care. Have a good weekend. If we don't see you tomorrow. All right, let's see what we got now. What did I even change? Oh yeah, it's the color. Okay, yeah, so the color's right now. Now it's the mid-tone gray on the outside, which is what we want to see. So now we need to introduce some kind of transparency to our outline. Yeah, what's the deal with this weird-ass offset? You know what I think is happening? I think we're not accounting for... I see. I actually don't see, but I understand the... I feel like a lot of game design is not being able to articulate how you know or what you know the problem for something is, but kind of just getting there. I feel like there's a lot of that. Where it's like the back of your brain knows what's wrong with this and knows how to fix it. But the front of your brain is kind of just like giving it the wheel, letting it take the wheel. Lizard brain take the wheel. I think I have some idea of what's happening here. I did change something in the script here that I probably shouldn't have changed. So level is editor block.textures.getChild 0. Yeah, that's a mistake. That's fine. I need to change this back to the way it was before. For level in editor block textures got get children level dot get child 0. I see why this was written that way before. Nick's, when I was drawing it, it looked like a concrete flavored ice cream sandwich. That is very accurate. All right. There we go. Back to normal. Some semblance of normal. All right, let's introduce some transparency to this overlay instead of it just totally wiping out whatever. Transparency. So to do that, we're going to go in here. We're going to go to specifically these, and we're just going to start messing around here. Their visibility. So modulate. Let's kick that down to like 64 maybe. I don't know. Alpha of 64, something like that. Try that, see what we like that. I should probably have this be something I can instantiate from or inherit from, so I don't have to do this for all of these. But I actually guess these might actually have different settings. And doing it this way is neat too, because we can just have a single tile set source and we can change the color too. So if we want like a, I don't know, an AoE effect, we could have an overlay that's just like colored. Oh yeah, I forgot who mentioned it yesterday, but someone had a really good idea of like showing the direction of like gas leakage. Maybe I don't know how we would do that with this. Oh, it's because we'd be changing the texture underlying the overlay. Yeah, that'd be really neat. Stuff like that would be really cool. All right, let's see how this looks. Okay, that's kind of like what we had. I kind of don't love the way that it works at the moment, but that's one of the things we got to fix. And in fact, I could actually... So what I want to do is I actually want to make the outline less transparent. And I want to make the underlying texture more transparent. So I'm actually going to go back here and this, instead of 64, I'm going to say something like... $192. So that the outlines are less transparent, but the inner texture is more transparent. I think that'd be neat. Hey, Blue Fox Studios, how's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, I like this better. I want the outline to be a lot less affected by whatever's underlying it. In fact, I might actually make the outline be not transparent at all. So only the inner is... Yeah, I'm going to do that, actually. There's a Stardew Valley song that this song reminds me of. This reminds me of the weird wizard trippy sequence. Blue Fox Studios, okay, bye. You're making a 30-minute summary of Hunger Games. Okay. Interesting. Can't say I've ever really seen that or read that series. But I like a lot of the people that were involved in that movie series. Donald Sutherland is the GOAT. Philip Seymour Hoffman and Woody Harrelson are pretty great too. The Great Train Robbery is a great movie. I should watch that soon. Okay, yeah, I like this a lot better. I mean, we still have the issue with the edges, but that's literally why we've done this, is to resolve that kind of an issue. Yeah, I think solid white for the outline is correct. And then you can kind of see there's still some buildup on the inside. So what if I do like this? Lurk, thanks for the lurk. Good luck with what you're working on. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, yeah, this is ostensibly what I want. I'm reasonably pleased with this. Yeah, I think the semi-transparency of the outline was actually kind of a big problem with the previous setup of this. Ooh, the corners. So the corner logic is wrong. I feel like I noticed that. The corner logic depends on hull type in the overlay, which is not correct. I should go fix that now before I forget. I will forget. I'm going to search for the word diagonal because I feel like that's where it is. Yeah, and diagonal is hull type. That we don't actually need. So let's go to the next usage of diagonal, which is here. I would like, okay, here we go. So this isn't a try get value anymore. This is a contains key. And that's all we're doing here. Don't need to worry about that. So this one's good. I also watched Caddyshack the other day. I take so much comfort in old movies. So good. That's also one of the greats. I don't think my partner liked it very much. But that's okay. Rhiannon Journey, you heard me say I have regrets about breaking the outlines out. You ever say why? I probably didn't. I specifically have regrets for breaking them out of the tile set. So I have separate tile sets now. So there's this tile set which just has the outlines. Even though the outline is on the same atlas as the texture, I have it in a separate source. And I think that is the mistake. That I have regrets about, and I might actually roll that back and just put it all in the same. Because it's kind of silly that they would be in separate tile set sources. So I might roll that back. And I would just put the outline after the corresponding texture, so it would go like inner, middle, outer outline instead of having the outline on a separate tile set. I think this is bad. I don't really feel like doing that right now, but I think it would be better. You thought the whole thing about drawing the outline separately? No, I don't have. I'm glad I don't have regrets about that because we just finished doing that. But isn't that just the way? Ain't that just the way? We're also watching Over the Garden Wall. I have this tradition where I watch Over the Garden Wall every Halloween. I should say every October I watch it. It's 10, 11-minute episodes, and it's so good. That's like my version of like, I don't know, the Peanuts. Or like people will always watch those like old Christmas specials and stuff. I love watching Over the Garden Wall. It's so good. That got me in the cozy, spooky mood, I think, more than Event Horizon did. The Event Horizon is just one of the coolest looking ships of all time, though. I can see why that movie led basically directly to Dead Space. Like, I see exactly how you get to Dead Space from Event Horizon. But that ship design is so good. I don't even know if I have a copy of it around here. Event Horizon. Ship. Where's it good? Give me a high-res copy. Give me the high-res. I guess people can just essentially look it up, but so good. Man, this is the highest res one you've got. Disappointing. There's a Starfield guide that just has the Event Horizon on the front of it. What the F is this? Do you see this? Starfield. Oh, Starfield player builds Event Horizon ship. Okay, never mind. That's reasonable. Carry on. My mistake. Okay, I kind of did the thing that I wanted to do today. I guess what I could do is I could fix this tile set stuff, but I think I'll do that off stream because that's really tedious and probably not fun to watch. What should we do for the second half? Maybe I should just work on that and fix that here now because that's what we're supposed to be working on. I wouldn't mind taking a look through some of the itch.io free asset library to look for some assets that we can use for our jam. Kind of just to get an idea of the potential directions. Let me do a cursory search. The itch.io asset library is great. It's got almost 100,000 assets on it. So if I just pick... Is there like a spooky tag? Because that would be excellent. If there isn't, I'm going to have a hard time with this. Of course there isn't. Probably like horror, but I'm not exactly looking for horror. Let's just do this together as a team. Feel free to do whatever you want. Yeah, I try to be good. I try to be very clear what we're working on. Because I think it's kind of messed up if I say I'm working on this FTL-like and then people pop in and I'm looking for pumpkins on itch.io or something. Hey, A6, what's up? Rhiannon, Journey, have potential themes been narrowed down more yet? Yeah, so I can show you. The theme voting is still happening. So right now, these are the final round contenders. Black and White, Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Growth, Undeath, Dream, Underground, Buried, Destruction, Infection, You Are Not the Hero, and Fire. Based on performances, this is like the third round of voting. So the Practical posted how each of these did in previous rounds. And in the last round, black and white was the leader. So I actually might upvote black and white just because that would be an easy one for us and would give us the most flexibility. Infection was also doing really good in previous rounds. So was Underground and You Are Not the Hero and Growth. So I would consider the front runners to be probably black and white, Growth, Infection, You Are Not the Hero, and Underground, maybe. Based on kind of what I've seen. But who knows? Who knows? People kind of change their minds when you eliminate other options. And you can both upvote and downvote. So there's like a 2-point swing that you can do, right? You're all good? That's good to hear, A6. We're getting ready for a game jam we're doing tomorrow. We're still working on our main game, but we're thinking about, man, 311 joined. That's 50% more than joined the last solo dev that I was in, or the solo dev jam. But admittedly, the last solo dev jam I was in was a year ago, and it was not like it wasn't like I can't say event because obviously it was an event, but it wasn't like a themed, it wasn't like holiday or Halloween or whatever. So I really like this. I'm very excited to do this jam. Random Journey black and white thinking could be a fun take on black and white. we make like Peter Molyneux's like black and white. Infection seems like it could have lots of interpretations. Yeah, the black and white one, I'm just gonna vote for that one because that's definitely one of the most flexible. Like we could even just do a black and white filter on whatever we were gonna do anyway. So we want to sort by free. And I would love a tag, styles, formats, themes. Gothic, I guess? More options. Maybe like retro Gothic. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be hard to sort through this stuff. I kind of just want spooky stuff. Hooded protagonist. That one seems good. I think we're going to end up doing some kind of top-down 2D thing. I think it's very unlikely that we do a 3D game again, because we really only got away with doing a 3D game last time because it was a car-based game. Spooky tag has some good stuff. Is there a spooky tag? Spooky. Oh, okay, good. All right, let's get rid of these themes limitations then. Let's just look for free spooky. There's sound effects. That's great. Maybe you could play a flying obelisk. That could be fun. Weird Little Guys art pack. Ooh, those are weird little guys. This is kind of the thing I'm more thinking of. If we do something 3D, it'll be just like cute, spooky Halloween bits. You can combine this with something else. I'm kind of interested in doing something kind of cozy. It's really going to depend on the theme. Reaper character, that looks fun. An animated little Reaper guy. That could be good for Undeath or whatever. There's a little Cemetery and Church voxel pack. Ghost Ship platformer asset pack. Ooh, this could be good. Little ghosties. Yeah, I think this process is going to be kind of long. There's a lot of music. There's a lot of spooky music. Yeah, music seems very common. I would like to eliminate music for the moment. Maybe we say sprites. Or characters, maybe. Yeah, I think you want to get an idea for characters first. Ooh, scary mobs. See, I don't really want to do something like this. I don't want to do something that's actually spooky. These are super cool, though. I want to do something cutesy. Oh, the ghosts and skeletons are pretty cute, though. Why is there a forklift in here? There's like monsters and ghosts and shark people and then like a forklift. Wick the Candle Wizard. That's pretty rad. Undead Enemy Pack 2. Oh, this looks super rad. I think this is the kind of thing we're going to go for. Just cute little pixel art stuff. The hard thing is it's hard to match styles sometimes when you do that. When you do pixel art. This one has a lot. It's for 3D, it's a lot easier to like mix. 70% off. I thought it was free. Thought I'm searching for free only. There we go. Yeah, the selections, there aren't a ton of selections. So that's the nice, I keep trying to express this thought. The nice thing about 3D is it's easier to blend different art packs together when you're doing 3D because you can like down res everything. That's what I did with Mini Delivery. Change from character to sprites and there's more. Yeah, I was hoping character would show me some 3D stuff, and it did. It did. It did show me more. I'm also tempted to look at tile sets. Yeah, I think if I can find a sufficiently wide-ranging set of pixel art, I think we'll be pretty happy. Sprite. It'd be nicer if I could specify which tags I don't want, because all I really want to do is eliminate music. I just want to not see music, but they don't have a negative tagging system. It's a little annoying. Uh-oh, there's an isometric asset pack. Pixel perfect Halloween sprite set. Spooky cow. Animated ghost cow. Okay. Okay. There's still not a lot. But that's fine. I don't think we're going to have a problem with ambiance, though. Ooh, this is nice. This is the sort of thing I think we could work with, too. It's kind of like 3D. If we could put together these like little 3D things like this ghosty is the cutest thing in the world. Yeah, I think we could make this work. There's a Halloween tag also. Okay, good. Good looking out. Yeah, I think I'm going to spend a lot of this evening just kind of chill looking through this stuff. This is crazy high res. Autumn stuff. This kind of stuff would be really nice too. So these are all pixel or isometric. It's unlikely that we're able to find enough isometric stuff to do something with that, but super cool. Halloween Blender stuff. Yeah, we could probably put something together in either 3D or 2D, and we'd probably be fine. We'll see. Ooh, a parallaxing haunted forest. That's pretty cool. It's going to be weird doing like a 2D game using other people's assets. Ooh, a skeleton character. Archive Halloween asset pack. Ooh, what's this? Autumn's probably a good tag too. Yeah, it probably is. Oh, this is fun. Yeah, this is nice. Why is it like this? Yeah, the hardest part about mixing and matching pixel art is getting it all to be roughly the same resolution. Like, I think I'm going to have a harder time kit bashing pixel art than I would 3D art. So I'm kind of nervous about that. Kind of nervous about doing that. Part of the fun is unwarping the tile set. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, PlayStation 1 style little wild bat models. That'd be fun. You know, I could probably pull some regular low poly, like medieval stuff too, and like work with that. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what we want to do. All right, I think I'm going to fix the tile set. I think I'm going to restore the tile set stuff, merge it back together like I said I would. And I think we can just talk about the jam while I'm doing that. Sky textures for Pumpkin Mountains. Well, obviously, I'm going to need a Pumpkin Mountain sky texture. That's pretty great. Well, audio is, I think we're going to have an easy time with, which is great because audio is like, you know, 90% of ambience, of ambiance. I think we'll have an easy time. But yeah, this is a lot of audio. Yeah, really excited. Starts at noon Pacific time tomorrow. Mix and match pixel art is hard. Yeah, it really is. It really is hard to mix and match pixel art. So I'm very hesitant to do that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to add, so inner, middle, outer, and then outline. And this will be default overlay texture and then outline. And that's going to be it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll reserve 6 source IDs. And then after that, we'll have the hull type. Okay. So this is how we're going to do this. I would love to be able to copy stuff from one of these to another. Like I would love to be able to take this and be like, give me this. And let me like put that in here. But that doesn't do anything. So instead, we just got to do it ourselves. But yeah, I really don't know from like a mechanical standpoint. I can't think of, usually I have like kind of an opinion before I start. I know I've said that like 8 times, but pretty much that's true. Like when I did A Following Wind, I had that idea before the theme reveal, and I got lucky that that was just happened to be the theme. And then for Mini Delivery, I had become obsessed with Wheelie Yellow, so I was like, I have to do a Wheelie Yellow game. So I kind of knew what that was as well. And then with Bare Necessities, you know, I'd been obsessed with Ropuka's Idle Island. Rokupa? Ropuka. Sapphire Starship. Are you going to be starting the stream when the jam starts tomorrow? Yeah, approximately, yes. The goal is to stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday, from around when the stream starts, or from around when the jam starts through, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours each day. Hopefully closer to 8. So we're not going to do any crazy marathons, but the streams are going to be a lot longer than usual. We'll see. Hopefully it'll be good for the stream. It's usually really good. Every jam I've done so far has been really, really good and healthy for the stream. Let's hope the stream grow a lot. All right, so we've got to change everyone's ID. This is not, I'm not excited about this. So this is going to be 4, which it can't be because there's already a 4. And now I messed this up by doing this. So let me delete that. So I'm going to say, you're 7. You're 6. Actually, no, you're not 7. You're 8. 8. 7. 6. And then this is Is that right? So this should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. So now we'll add this one. This is going to be ID 3. Why can't I make it ID 3? Oh, because ID 3 is taken. So you need to be 4. Sapphire, you won't be able to join right at the start tomorrow. Hopefully you should be able to join for a little while, the normal time. No worries. You have no obligation to be here for sure. Jams here are usually pretty fun. It's very different than our usual fare. Because when we're doing our regular project, you can kind of just do whatever. Like it's kind of fine. Like I'm never really rushing to get anything particular done or anything. Jams are a whole different beast. That was very wrong. There we go. 768. I'm gonna try to be chill this jam. Not go too crazy. That's the goal. Where's the empty tile? Is it this one? Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate, it's people's, no one needs to spend their weekend on Twitch, but I appreciate those that do. All right, so we're adding these outlines back to the end here. So we're calling this default outline. We're gonna call this overlay texture. We're gonna add a new one here called overlay outline. This is going to be ID 5. Turn that off. But yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't have a strong sense for what to do tomorrow. Which is part of the point. You're really not supposed to do much before the jam starts. I do need to get the project ready, probably. I need to install the gameplay template or the game jam template that I want to use, which I never use templates, but I told someone I would use theirs and give it a try. And I'm interested. I am genuinely interested to try it. I'm hoping it'll save us some time here. Make it easier to build menus and stuff like that. Stuff that I really don't like doing. I went too far. There we go. Oh, I have to... I'll finish making these and then I'll set them up, finish setting them up. I don't know what I just said. 8, 9. Sometimes you try to say something intelligible and just a word soup comes out. Or something. That's like the commentator's curse. Is you start to get used to just filling dead air time, so you end up just saying things that are like dumb or obvious, or it's fun to watch when casters get into that mode. But it's kind of anyone who's like a presenter like that ends up running into that issue. I'll type outline. right, so we're merging these tile sets back together because it just makes sense to have them be one thing here and to have them, instead of having them being totally separate. So this should be -8, 10. Yeah. Same with all of these. -8, 10. Okay, that's one done. Would really love if I could have copied over the layers from this, because I basically just had to remake them. Unfortunate. Yeah, this is better. This is a lot better. So let's do this. Let's try to do this efficiently. So I need to renumber these. 8, 7, 6, 5. Why isn't there any margin information? Oh, shoot. I didn't actually put a margin on this. That's a problem. Well, that's unfortunate. Glad I noticed that, I guess. $640. So this should have had a margin of 640. So I'll do this, and then what we need to do is we need to remove tiles. In fact, like, where did the tiles go? You know what I'm saying? They went nowhere. So what if I put this back to 0? The tiles come back? Okay, that's no good. Can I delete all of these at once? No. Okay, so it's better to just start over with this. That's unfortunate. Two default outer margins of 640. Got a lurk, take the pups on a walk, have a good rest of the stream. Looking forward to the jam, starting your own game again. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Excited for you to start your own project again. Excited to try this cooking game. Say hi to your dogs for me, as the famous expression goes. $8, $10. Okay. All right, what's 640 plus 256? 896, right? Now I want to go back and be concerned about this. Okay, now this looks like this was done correctly. That's good. What about here? Okay, I did that one correctly too. Just this one I messed up. Unfortunate. Okay, this is supposed to be 4, not 5. You're going to be the leading expert on 3D isometric autotilers with outlines when you're done with this. Yeah, it does seem like it, doesn't it? It would be cool if some of this stuff, you know, if some of these learnings and things could be translated back to the engine somehow, but I don't see how you could do it. Like, I don't see how anything I've worked on would be useful for, like, the terrains feature, which is somewhat lacking in isometric support. But that's kind of the way it goes when you want to do something specific. Usually there's no general solution to doing something specific, and you end up just doing it yourself. Like, you end up having to learn. I don't think there's a way around that generally. At least currently. I mean, who knows when people start just vibe coding everything. What should this be? Is that 896? Is that too far? Oh, that's the wrong axis. 896? Yeah. All type outline. All right, we're just powering through this. I know this kind of stuff. I know working on tile sets is like one of the most boring things I could be doing, but we're chilling. To rebuild the scenes too. I probably won't do that right now. Probably do that tonight at my co-working thing. Unless I do the thing I actually said I would do, which is like do business stuff. Try to make a dedicated day for administrative stuff, which I don't currently have and which I think is a problem. But so far, so good here, I think. All right. 2 down, 4 to go. At least these ones are easy. You know, maybe I will start drinking water. I was very spiteful at the beginning of the stream. I was like, I'm not going to drink waters. Nix, I'm going to drink this coffee, and the coffee's gone, and all that's left is I'm thirsty. There we go. Thanks, Nix. Thanks for the hydrate. Oh, the stretch. Okay. Thanks, Sapphire. It's probably good. Gotta go start some laundry soon. I think I can get through this first. Wait, what did I set the... Oh, right. Okay. Never mind. Adagon coming in with the hydrate. Picked up my coffee cup, even though there's nothing in there but disappointment. How's it going, Adagon? Setting up a company. Oh, fun. Okay. That's a lot. I've done that before. That's a lot of work. It's not like hard work, but there's just so many little bureaucratic things. Some of it can be super weird. Like where I live, if you set up a company, you have to like literally like post about it in a newspaper. Like you have to like pay to, you have to like provide notice in like a local newspaper. It's crazy. There are exceptions, but generally it's how it works. You're putting this company together so you can get all that sweet VC money. Oh man, I forgot a margin on here again. Did I do it here too? No, okay, I remembered here. Not here. Here. So it's 384 down and whatever over. So I didn't even put one here, so I have to delete this. Unfortunate. You're not incorporating or anything. It's just a sole proprietorship. Oh, okay, that's not as bad. Definitely not. Still some work though. Yeah, that's good enough for a long time. That's kind of what I've got going right now. I've had proper like LLCs or whatever before. It ended up where I was at, it was not worth it doing. And where I'm currently at, I know it's definitely not worth doing, so yeah. I think you should hold off on that sort of thing as long as possible. Although I know there's like lots of publishers and stuff that won't deal with you until you've got a proper LLC. But whatever. What publisher is going to be coming to us, right? Sapphire, you're in the middle of getting your own business set up and running as well. So sole proprietorship at the moment as well. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one to do until you start either talking to like a publisher or whatever, getting like or you start talking about liability. I mean, that's why LLC has it that's why that's the main thing in the name, right? It's like personal liability. The personal liability of a sole proprietorship is a little scary. Also, hashtag I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice, etc., etc. Don't blame me for whatever decisions you make. All right, what is the offset supposed to be for these? -8, -6. Okay. He will blame me. You can try. I am blameless. And I wish I'd realized this was a bad idea before I did it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come back in here and just correct it all. Oh well, we're almost done. I'll fix the scenes later, but I want to get through this now before I wrap up, because we're not going to be touching this game for a minute. We're going to be switching into jam mode. We got a jam starting tomorrow at Atagon. I'm going to be doing solo dev jam number 9, the Halloween special. Should be fun. I'm going to try to like low effort my way through that. There's a jam tomorrow. I don't know, Practical FBC. Is it tomorrow? We were just looking at art. I'm like, I'm going to try to do it kind of low effort, like use a lot of free assets and stuff. Kind of like what I did for mini delivery. I'm looking forward to it though. I really love the solo dev jam. I think it's fun. When I do compo, also, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a minute. Hope everything's well. I really like this jam because I usually when I'm doing compo or whatever, I'm like making everything from scratch. And so all my effort is going into just making everything from scratch, like all the assets and everything. I kind of want another jam, or I'm happy that this will be an opportunity to like focus on the design and the gameplay loop and everything because I'm not spending all of my effort trying to like make all the assets from scratch. That's my favorite part about this kind of a jam where you're allowed to use pre-made assets that you have a legal right to. No AI slop though, definitely not. That would be horrible. Atagon, you're tempted, but you should work on stuff in your queue instead though. Yeah. Hey, Arneo. Sleeping is hard. It is. It's tough to sleep. It's tough to be sleepy. I've been sleepy a lot this week, if it isn't obvious. Okay, all this looks correct. I'm gonna forget something. It's gonna be bad. Yeah, I want to focus on gameplay, and I really want to focus on polish and juice. Get that juice juicy. Get a nice UI, get all that stuff. Stuff that I never have time to prioritize during a compo style jam where everything is done totally from scratch. I'm excited. Wish there was an easier way to do this. Eventually, I'm going to want a programmatic way of building these tile set atlas sources. Things have been great. You've been so busy lately. That's what I figured. But I'm glad to hear it. I know everyone's joining in now, even though it's like I gotta wrap up soon. But tomorrow we'll be going long. We'll start around noon Pacific time, which is when the jam starts, and we'll go probably all afternoon and into the evening. And I'm gonna probably try to do that each day of the weekend here. Very excited. I had such a good time at Down to Jam that I just immediately was like, I want to do another jam. I'm really enjoying the format of like Down to Jam, solo dev. I really love the 72-hour format. That has very much become my jam. It feels like the sweet spot for me in terms of like having enough time to do everything I want. Well, relatively, you never have enough time, but having relatively enough time to doing everything that I want. All right, did I mess this up as well? Yep. I keep messing around with the margins. I keep forgetting to set the margins correctly when I'm doing these. It's really annoying. My own incompetency annoys me deeply. Not surprising. Just to check, noon in what time zone? I'm in Pacific, noon Pacific. So that's what, if you're in... Does Western New York have a different time zone than Eastern New York? Or did you just specify? So yeah, so that's what, like 9 a.m. Eastern? something like that. Oh, that was too far. I went too far. I think I want 640. Yeah, okay. Oh, Adagon's a government man now. Okay. At least it's the Canadian government. Well, congrats. That's probably a good job to have. Oh, did I go the wrong way, Practical? Yeah, I did. It's 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Thanks, Practical. the pro jam organizer. Yeah, 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I have to subtract 3 hours from Eastern times. And for some reason, that's just what I did, because I was like, oh yeah, let me convert it back to Eastern. I'll subtract 3 hours again. It's like, what? What are you talking about, Dave? I'm on Hawaiian time. In my mind. I'm just on Hawaiian time. All right, 8, -6. It's a good thing that these standard numbers are like just burnt, like been burned into my mind. I just remember the numbers. Kind of helpful. Kind of scary, but kind of helpful. Oh, you specify so people don't think you're from New York City. Fair. Fair. Pays well, you get to do web dev, Adagon. That sounds good. That sounds good. Hey, Bart Lane. You're catching us right at the end here. But thanks for hopping in, saying hi. We're trying to wrap up this little work here before I gotta go. But we'll be streaming all weekend for the solo development game jam number 9. It's gonna be fun. Sapphire, you used to live in Oregon, so you're used to subtracting 3 hours as well. Yeah, if you just say New York, people tend to think the city. You'd rather not be associated with the city. Well, I don't know. Practical's from New York City. Although he did just say that's fair. So maybe it is fair. I don't know. The same thing kind of happens out here, because I literally am in San Francisco, but if you just say the Bay Area out here, people just assume it's the San Francisco Bay Area, and it's people just... there's a lot of generalization that happens here as well, so I can understand that. 0124. That's wrong. Oh, I need to add something. Default outline. Okay, it's not 768, it's 896. Yeah, okay. Arneo, where are the other Europeans at? I think they're asleep, Arneo. I think the Europeans tend to hang out in the morning streams more. Is what I get, is the kind of the vibe I get, you know, from having been in morning streams. but I know you're dealing with some sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation doesn't even seem like the right word. Sleep difficulty. Sleep challenges. I don't know. All right. We're in a race against time here. Pre-rolls are turning on in a couple minutes. I really got to wrap this up. Ooh, we're getting something a little spooky. Getting a little preview for spooky music. It's only like 11:55 p.m. there in Europe. Well, I guess if you're used to eating dinner at like 10 p.m. or something, that's fine. You're currently sitting at 6 p.m. Yeah, it is like 3 here, so I do got to get ready for my next, shift here, quote unquote. Oh man, I did the same thing. I keep messing up and missing these margins. I don't know how I made that mistake so reliably. All right. We know what we're doing. We're pretty quick. We can make it happen. Oh, gotta go the other way. Source IDs. I really hate tile map layer source IDs. Mainly the way that the engine handles it. Or not the engine, the editor. The way the editor handles these driving me insane. I still can't use that because I gotta change this. Can we get up there now? Thank you. Oh, you're not even 3, you're 2. All right, I only got one more snooze. This is your 5-minute warning. What's the Y480? Okay. Gotta get that vitamin D going. The days are getting shorter. Yeah, I am noticing that, and it's very sad. I start my workday very early, and I end my workday very late, and it's soon we are going to get to the point where I start my workday in the dark, and I end my workday in the dark, and that is a very depressing time of year, I got to admit. I'm kind of okay with it generally, but it is not my favorite. My favorite time of year in the city is late summer, so I'm like already just waiting. Although I would love some rain. I would love like a nice rainy fall, but it seems unlikely that we're going to get it. 5, 8, 5, 7, 6, 5. Practical, you just started using version 4.5 after years of Godot 3.x with Memori. The IDs are a little tedious. Oh, wow, that must be a huge jump to 4.5 from 3.x. That must be just wild. It's got to be fun, though. That's like when I switched to... when I was like, I need to use C# in this project. And so I like got C# set up with Godot. And I'd been used to like Unity C#, which is usually way behind the current version of C#. But Godot lets me use whichever version of C# I want. So I got all the brand new toys that I never got to use before, and I was just like so stoked. I was overwhelmed by the amount of functionality introduced. Yeah, I can't imagine. I didn't really use 3.x at all. I kind of came in right as 4 was coming out. But I can't imagine jumping that far ahead like that. That's cool. 8. 480. Oh, I did this wrong. Oh, god damn it. Can I just fix this by reducing this? 512. Yeah, sick. Sapphire, you've been getting a ton of rain this week where you live. It's just been downpouring. That's what I want. That's the fall that I want. It gets cold like that here. Well, I don't know if it gets cold like Western New York here, but well, we've been getting the fall, like the brisk fall air, but none of the like, we got one rainstorm the first like weekend and nothing since. I've just been waiting. But I gotta be grateful because that one big rainstorm probably saved us from like having a fire season. So I acknowledge that it accomplished the job. All right, I'm very much over time, but I'm gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this. I'm like basically there. I'm out of snoozes. I'm out of ad snoozes. I hate running ads right as I'm about to wrap up the stream. It feels really bad, so I'm not doing that. So apologies for anyone who gets through pre-roll and I'm like ending the stream. But we're not quite there yet. We got to finish this last thing. One more. We're almost there. Oh, that's not the right margin. That's the right margin. Okay, cool. Fixed it. Repaired. We restored the tile set atlases. I will handle the dependencies later, and I'll fix all that. I'm going to call that good enough for now. But yeah, that's it for today. Come back tomorrow or anytime this weekend. We're going to be doing Solo Dev Halloween Jam number 9. I'm going to drop the link. Arneo, the time of darkness is upon us. Your previous job had some time during the day where you could be outside. That sounds pretty cool. But yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Starting soon. Just shy of 21 hours from now. Let's see if there's anyone we can raid. I'm tempted to just wrap up because I am in a hurry. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. All right, we're just gonna wrap up. I gotta run. Good day, night, everyone. Thanks. Have a good day tomorrow. Hope to catch at least for a short bit. Yeah. You can. The early stuff is the most fun because that's when we do like ideation and stuff, and that can be really fun. But yeah. Thanks everyone for hopping in, saying hi. During what ended up being a pretty chill stream here. Can't wait for this weekend. Can't wait to see what comes out of the jam. You never know what you're gonna make during a jam, and I'm always just kind of surprised and hopefully delighted, generally, by what happens. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Maximum what?